where Batman Begins is one of the best origin stories and one of the best in terms of theme. This is one of the best sequels. So what I think makes this an ideal sequel is that we see Batman having really settled into his persona and his role as Batman, right? So we're seeing like a certain routine to his job. We're seeing the impact it's had on the criminal world. We're seeing the mob kind of in hiding and on the defensive, and we're seeing the emergence of costumed criminals, right? Scarecrow makes an appearance. The Joker in that bank heist scene, which I think is one of the greatest sequences in any Batman movie. Like, this is a step above what we saw in the previous movie.
Yeah.
And we see how formidable the Joker is as an adversary, right? So we've escalated things, we've upped the ante, we've made the villains from the first one obsolete, right? So there's one way in which it's a sequel, and then there are scenes where he grapples with the consequences of what he's doing, where he needs pep talks from Alfred. Putting the hero at his lowest point in the middle of a trilogy is kind of where that goes, right? The purpose of the middle part of a trilogy is to put the hero through the ringer and show them at their lowest, so that the triumph is more impactful when it happens in the third part, right? So it kind of does everything that a sequel is meant to, but it then also is thematically completely different from Batman Begins, right? So this is not a rehash, this is not more Batman. Sequels can kind of do two different things. They can either continue the story or they can refine the formula, right? So if you have a series of movies or a series of stories, that's kind of the two ways in which you can make more. And this chooses to advance the story by showing us, okay, we saw Batman becoming Batman in the first one. Now what happens now that he is Batman? That story is associated with completely different themes as a movie, right? So we're not getting another story about fear and symbols and justice. One of the big things that makes Batman Begins work is that the movie started out with a story and with themes that support that story, and then picks villains to support that, right? To tell that story and to support those themes. So Scarecrow reinforces the idea of the mask and fear. Ra's al Ghul ties into fear, but also into justice. And here it's completely different. Here we have the Joker, who is kind of this mirror image of Batman in many ways, right? Where Batman is stoic, the Joker is loud. Where Batman is structured, the Joker is chaotic. Where Batman tries to bring out the best in people, the Joker tries to bring out the worst in people. So on that level, the Joker is the perfect foil for a Batman who is fully realized, who is in his stride. And then we have Two-Face. Two-Face is the example of what happens when the Joker wins. They bet everything on Harvey Dent, right? And then he falls. And then what? The answer to that is that we have to cut our losses by lying about what happened to Harvey Dent. And Batman, as a symbol, can take the blame for that. So over time, I've come to appreciate just what Two-Face does for this, because this is basically about this whole the Joker's whole thing is one bad day can turn you into a monster, and this is exactly what happened to Harvey Dent.